Hello there, and thank you for joining Let's Travel Together on our full ship tour of the Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady. As we go throughout this tour, in the bottom left corner, it's going to show you what deck you're going to be on, and in the bottom right corner, it's also going to have a map with a little red circle showing you about where you are on the deck and where these areas were filmed. One of the nice things about the Virgin Voyages line of ships is that they're all pretty similar. So if you go through this tour, you're going to have a pretty good idea of what most of the rest of their ships are like. And I think on this tour, we're going to go ahead and go from the lowest part of the ship to the upper parts of the ship. 5, 6, and 7 are the main public areas. 8 through 14 are all cabin decks, and 15, 16, and 17 are public areas as well. So here we are, we're starting out in the Sailor Services area down on deck 5, and this is basically where you're just going to get help if you need it for something on board. And as you move towards the back of the ship here on deck 5, you're going to come into Pink Agave. This is the Mexican-inspired restaurant that's on board the Resilient Lady. All of the restaurants that are on Virgin Voyages are all included, and these are all very, very good restaurants. The food is excellent. Just about anywhere you go. Some may have a different liking and different taste for food, but all of these restaurants serve excellent cuisine. And here, as we come across to the other side of deck 5, you're going to run into Razzle Dazzle. It's their cool and casual restaurant that you can go to that has just a little bit of variety of everything with some really, really good desserts. As we come up here to deck 6, this is where their shopping and shops for whatever you want to purchase on board are available. This is on both sides. It also has the Squid Ink tattoo parlor up here, which you can get an actual tattoo. The restaurant back here is called Extra Virgin, and it is the Italian themed restaurant on board. Again, actually very, very good Italian food. Kind of as a side note for all the dining, reservation is required for the restaurants, and you're really not allowed to do a single restaurant more than twice so that everybody gets a chance to try all of the different venues and all the different types of food that are on board. And this is kind of the main plaza area on board the ship. This is where they'll hold some live events and music out here in this rotunda area. There's a bar kind of here at the back and a bunch of just open, comfortable seating for people to take in whatever events are going on in this area. And then here on the opposite side of deck 6, you're going to find some more shopping areas, and you're going to also run into the back area here, which is test kitchen. The test kitchen is a very novel and not necessarily to everybody's liking, but I really enjoyed the food. It is a varied menu. Pretty much every day you'll have different foods in here. It's very culinary type of food. Is the only way I can really describe it. It's just very different and a little bit experimental. We're not testing anything right now in here.
Well, that's cool.
Wow. The kitchen is huge. As we move forward here on deck 6, you're going to run into the casino on board the Resilient Lady. The casino on board is not as large a focus as it is on some other cruise lines. It's not a bad casino. It's just not a very large casino. There is a full casino tour that my wife did, and I'll leave a link up here in the upper right for you to be able to see that casino tour. In the forward part of deck 6 here is the Red Room. This is their theater on board, and it does all kinds of different shows, whether it's comedy or performances, whatever it may be, they all go on in the Red Room. And there are entrances on both deck 6 and 7.
Go in there, it's weird.
I know. Now we're going to come back into the casino area because this is actually where the manor is. The manor is a little weird. Kind of a strange, glassy, mirrored entrance that makes it a little bit difficult to kind of find your way in. Took a minute to get there, but the performances that they do in here are actually very entertaining and are really fun to go do. When we were on board, they were doing a performance of a show called Lola's Library, which was very, very entertaining.
Like, where do I go?
And as we come up here onto deck 7, we're going to find one of the other entrances into the Red Room, at least to the upper part of the Red Room. And this also leads to an area called the Groupie. This is their version of karaoke, and there's 3 different rooms in here that accommodate different amounts of people for the karaoke events. And no, you're not going to hear me doing karaoke on this video because I'd actually like you to keep watching the video. Here on the other side of deck 7, as we head towards the back of the ship, this is a lounge and bar area that accommodates this side and is one of the walkways to just really kind of get through deck 7. But they've done a really good job of leaving seating and space to get through in this area while still making it look really nice. Out here in the rotunda area of deck 7, you're going to find a few more shops and a few more areas where you can sit and relax. There is another bar area here at the back of deck 7, and this is kind of where we get to run into some of the other fun stuff here. As we head a little further back here, you're going to find the ice cream parlor. That is very cleverly named. So, and then a little bit past that, you're going to run into the pizza parlor, where you can get pizza in the afternoon all the way up until about 2 o'clock in the morning. They serve very late here in the pizza parlor. On the opposite side of deck 7 from the ice cream and pizza, you're going to find a coffee shop that serves various different types of specialty coffees. These are actually not free. You will have to pay for some of this. This is just kind of a little fun area they have here on deck 7. And now we come to an area called the Social Club. The Social Club is kind of a little place where you can meet up with other passengers, or even sometimes the event staff will be in here doing events. They've got games you can play, board games. Sometimes they even have video games going in here. Like one evening I walked in and there was a bunch of people playing Mario Kart on one of the TVs over here. There is a bar and kind of eatery here on the left that is not necessarily free, and then there's a full bar back here at the back of the Social Club where you can hang out for a little bit if you need to. And then there's kind of this little hidden area that you're going to get to on the other side of the bar here on this side of the ship. As you head towards the back here, you're going to actually find a video arcade with some, I guess, classic arcade games, so the best way to describe it. But in here, these video games are free. You can come back and play them as much as you want. There is no limit. And then as you keep heading towards the back of the ship, you're going to come into an area called the dock house. And this is just another seating area, light menu area for some food and drinks here at the back. And its kind of main area, I guess, would be that it is where you go in to get to the wake, which is the main dining venue at the back here of deck 7, but it's technically down on deck 6 because the only way to get to it is down these stairs and down underneath here at the back of the ship. The wake is actually their fine steak and seafood restaurant, and it is actually very, very good food. I'm pretty sure that the wake is the reason that they limited reservations to a single restaurant to no more than 2 nights, as everyone would try and get in here pretty much all the time. Deck 7 also houses the outside deck area for wherever you'd like to walk around outside if you don't want to be up on the upper decks. It's enclosed, it's nice and shielded from the wind, and it wraps most of the way around the deck here. It goes pretty much around the entire ship. Why is this blonde woman here in the video? Anyway. At the back here of deck 7, you're going to find the bar that they have and some seating for tanning and spending time out here on deck at the back of the ship. All right, now as we make our way up to deck 15, past all the cabin decks, you're going to come into the galley. And the galley would be like the main buffet on most other traditional cruises. But it's divided up into various different stations that you're going to either walk up to and order food at, or you can actually just walk up to and pick up your food at, depending on the station and whether it's made to order or already prepared for you. There are all kinds of different foods up here: desserts, breads, hamburgers, all kinds of different venues. There's a place called Bento Baby where you can get sushi rolls and you can get traditional food like chicken right over there. It's just a mix and kind of conglomeration of a lot of different types of food that are all very good and very tasty. It's actually a really novel concept that after walking through for a couple of days you actually started to prefer, because the food ended up being so good, as it was most of the time made right there for you. Virgin Voyages does also include soda, coffees, teas, waters as part of their package. Here you're going to find a noodle house, and then past the noodle house back here you're also going to find a hot panini sandwich press station. There's all kinds of space to eat in here, and if you don't want to eat indoors, you are more than welcome to go ahead and go out the back doors here, out to the back of deck 15, where you can dine outdoors at the back of the ship with this really awesome view. The galley is also the entrance into Gun Bay, which is their Korean barbecue restaurant. I didn't get a chance to show it here, but it will be in the full vacation video that I do in a little bit here. So please be on the lookout for that video. Now, as we head forward on deck 15, leaving the galley area, you're going to come to the elevator bay, which separates the two main fitness centers on board the ship. This side is the weights and machines and all of the strength training equipment that you're going to find on board. It also has a yoga, fitness, multi-purpose use room in here, in addition to the weights and strength training areas on board. Now this is a little bit weird, but the elevator lobby separates the two sides of the gym. The other side is focused on cardio. There's all kinds of different cardio equipment in here. There's rowers, treadmills, ellipticals, you name it, they've got it, and it's all really good techno gym equipment, and all of this gym equipment is actually compatible with the Apple Watch. So if you do happen to have an Apple Watch, you can sync it with the equipment there. And we're going to go ahead and go to the forward area of deck 15 and kind of work our way back through the main pool areas here. There are two main pools areas. There's this larger one right here, which also happens to be where they hold the Red Party at night, something that is actually really fun. And then as you head your way back here through this opening, you're going to find an area where they do have all the towels and the towel return, and a set of stairs that goes up to deck 16 as well. And then this passageway also leads you back into a little bit smaller area with some hot tubs and another bar here in this space. It also happens to be the space that both of the fitness areas look into as well. And then as we head on up to deck 16, you're going to also find a third fitness area called the training camp, which is just kind of a little separate space where you can do some very specific types of exercise and training. Oh, wow. I didn't know I was in here. Cool. It's like like yoga, rowing, the fun things you learn when you just go exploring.
Oh yeah. It's a great day.
Now, as we head on out here onto the upper part of deck 16, you're going to get a bird's eye view of the smaller pool area. And then as we head towards the forward part of the ship, you're going to also get a nice little seating area for a different eatery called the Sun Club Cafe, where you can get kind of a different variety of Asian-inspired foods. Richard's rooftop is also up here at the very front of the ship. No, they would not allow me in there because I did not get one of the Rockstar suites. And then here is a view of the main pool area from deck 16 as well. And then as we head back on deck 16, you're going to find a little boxing ring and some more outdoor fitness area here where you can get a little workout in the sun. There's tanning beds. There's a teeter-totter, which I don't know why, but it's actually really fun. You know it's not fair, right? And then as you go towards the back of 16, you're going to find a lounge and seating area with a net that you can go lay on if you need to. And it will look out to the ocean, kind of giving you a feeling that you're sitting on top of the water. Usually that's open, but apparently not this time of the morning. And then as you head on down the other side of deck 16, you're going to run into a hot tub, some little deck, board games, seating area. There's the basketball court here that you can go in and play in. And then there are some little cabanas that are here on the deck as well that you can rent if you wish. All right, now as we finish up here on deck 16, heading to the forward part, we're actually going to jump to the back of the ship and go back up to deck 17 to an area called the Perch. Now up here on the Perch, you're going to find a tanning area and lounge area that is normally set up, but as I'm up here fairly early in the morning, they have not got this all set up and going yet. And we're gonna do a quick walk around of the running track up here on deck 17, just so that you can get an idea of the view from up here as well. And this is actually where we're gonna go ahead and end this tour. So as we finish up on the track, thank you so much for watching, and please do like and subscribe.